Here at Goodwood, we're celebrating the future of travel technology. Now, in this pavilion, it is stuffed full of crazy concepts that look like they should be in a sci-fi movie. Now, Lucy here knows a lot more about them than me. I mean, how soon are we going to see some of this technology on the streets?
Some amazing technologies here. My brief working with the Goodwood team to curate was to bring in some amazing concepts and prototypes that help us explore all the different ways that we're going to travel in the future. And a lot of this, although it looks very futuristic and very sci-fi, is a lot closer than you think. So should we go and have a look at a few?
Yeah, please.
Let's do it.
This just looks like a giant drone. It looks amazing.
I agree. It's incredible. It's called Pop-Up. It's a project collaboration between Ital Design and Airbus, looking at the future of travel in cities.
Wow.
So we're sitting inside the two-person pod, which is the middle element of the three. Below us is a skate, and above us is a quadcopter. So the idea of this concept is that as you're traveling through the city, this self-driving vehicle will optimize your journey by working out when you should be driving on the ground and when you should be flying to avoid congestion.
How soon might we see these actually on our streets and in the cities?
Probably at least 10 to 15 years before we really see it in our city. So this is quite a long way in the future. So should we now go and see a flying car that is just around the corner?
Yes,
2018.
please.
Let's do it.
Now, Lucy, this looks like a motorbike, car and helicopter all mushed together. What is it?
It pretty much is that. It's called the PAL-V, designed in Europe. It is a single-seater vehicle, a carver, combined with a gyrocopter, which gives you the first commercially available flying car, which we'll be seeing on the roads with the first customers by the end of 2018. I'm going to introduce you to Marco. So he's part of the development team, and he's also a professional pilot. He does a lot of the testing.
How on earth did you come up with this idea?
Well, to be very honest, it wasn't my idea, but the idea of John Bakker and Robert Dingemansen, who had the idea already in 1999. And that's what you're seeing here. The PAL-V won, and that makes it happen that we can drive and fly in one vehicle.
And you've got people already signed up wanting to buy them?
Yes, we are already selling it. We already sold in the US, in China, we're already in Holland and in Belgium, and now we're starting off selling in England, so we're open for business.
Wow.
Thank you so much, Marco.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Okay.
Right, so we've talked a lot about flying cars. So should we go and take a look at another concept called Hyperloop? So here we are at Hyperloop One. It's an American concept being developed in Los Angeles. They are looking at a future where they will be able to transport people and cargo at the speed of airlines, but on the ground.
Wow.
So this revolves around an electromagnetically levitating pod, and that pod travels up to 700 miles an hour, and they are looking to be transporting cargo by the year 2020 and transporting people by the year 2021. So again, it's really not that far away when you think about that scale of infrastructure. Yeah.
Now, on the subject of speed, and we are at Goodwood, obviously, motorsport. Where is the future of that in the next 5-10 years?
Okay, well, we've got a wonderful example of that, Robo-Race. So this is a robo-car. It's been developed by Robo-Race, who are the world's first electric driverless racing series. And Bryn here is going to tell you all about it.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, I'm very good, you?
This looks phenomenal.
I can't take credit for that. That was Daniel Simon designed this. Daniel Simon's a futuristic designer. He's done stuff for Tron Legacy, movies in Hollywood. He started his career in car design. So we've kind of fused those two things together, and he's come up with this amazing design car.
Where are you hoping this goes? I mean, what does it do?
This is an autonomous racing championship.
Okay.
So there is no driver, no remote control. It's just got sensors all around the car, which give it its environmental state, so it knows where it is, knows where the other cars are, and knows how to compete against the other cars.
When are we going to be able to watch a race?
Yeah, so we're already working with Formula E, so we've done the season this far. We're July in New York and in Montreal.
Okay.
And then we start again in December in Hong Kong.
Thank you so much,
No
Bryn.
problem,
All the
no
best. Well, what a fascinating day. Thank you so much for showing me around this future lab.
My pleasure. So glad you could come and visit. Thank you.
I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing that PAL-V in the sky.
Absolutely.
I mean, what an exciting road we have ahead of us to see all of these concepts become a reality. I can't wait. However, in recent years, manufacturers have started putting these smaller engines into bigger cars. Take this, Vauxhall's new Crossland X. It's an SUV that comes with a 1.2 turbocharged petrol engine. Has similar power to the previous generations of the 1.8 litres. And it's not just Vauxhall. Ford's 1-litre EcoBoost engine is available in the Mondeo, and the Mustang, which would normally typically come with a 5-litre V8 engine, now comes in a 2.3-litre 4-cylinder engine. Continuing the trend, Audi's A4 is available with a 1.4 petrol engine, and the A3 is available with a 1-litre 3-cylinder petrol engine. I'm here to meet Ralph Hosier, our engineering expert. Hi Ralph, how are you doing? I'm hoping you can explain why are manufacturers putting in these smaller engines into bigger cars?
Well, it's a new big thing. If you make the engines smaller, they'll get lighter, and also they lose less heat and less friction, so we can get better fuel economy, better performance. And because they're lighter, the car will handle better as well.
Are they able to maintain the same amount of power?
Well, to get that much power out of a smaller engine, we have to force more air in there so that we can burn more fuel. And we do that with turbos running at much higher pressure. This puts enormous stresses inside the engine.
So am I going to be able to buy a Range Rover with a 1.6 engine, for example?
There's only so far you can push it. If you push it too far, the pressures and temperatures in the engine are going to start making it fall apart. The other thing is the engines get really complicated and really expensive, and manufacturers don't like that.
So probably you can get a V8 engine for a few more years.
I would hope so, yeah. As long as people want to buy them, manufacturers will still make them.
Talking of which, Nikki is down at the Jaguar stand looking at their latest bonkers creation. Now I've come over to the Jaguar Land Rover stand with the electric vehicles, which is the future. And this is the Formula E car. And at the moment, companies and manufacturers such as Jaguar are using the knowledge gained from the Formula E racing into their new road cars, such as the I-Pace. Now here is James Barkley from the Jaguar Racing team, team director. Can you try and explain how they're transferring the technology across the two cars?
Yeah, so Formula E is a really important platform for us. Basically, it's a perfect test bed for electrification technology. You know, we push the technology to its absolute limits in motor racing, both from a performance point of view, but also trying to optimize the weight, get the best efficiency out of it, and of course, ultimately get the car to go as quickly as possible. The interesting thing with electric vehicles is things like regenerative energy, so putting energy back into the battery under braking. These are all learnings and knowledge we're taking from the formula that we can also apply to make for engaging cars for our customers to drive, and that makes better road cars for the future.
Well, it's a beautiful looking car. Do we have to wait long to be able to get our hands on one of them?
Well, firstly, we're really proud to be at the forefront of electrification, and the I-Pace concept couldn't come at a better time. And for us, we're really proud that we were able to show the car for the first time in Los Angeles, and it's coming soon. That's why we're really excited to be at the forefront of this technology, bringing a great car like the I-Pace to our consumers.
I'm looking forward to seeing it on the road.
Thank you.
I'm going to chat to Jim Holder from Autocar about why full electric cars aren't the only solution. Now, what other choices do we have?
There are choices like this Porsche where they're developing plug-in hybrid technology. You've probably heard of hybrid technology, where they use electric motors and batteries to supplement the engine, maybe give it a little full electric range, but then you can go further more economically by using the battery. Plug-in just takes it that bit further. It allows for a bigger battery that can typically take the car 30 to 40 miles on electric range only, but it can also use more battery power to supplement the engine and take you further for less fuel.
So apart from the Porsche, what are our other choices? Have we got any other cars to choose?
Absolutely. Many manufacturers are developing hybrid, plug-in hybrid cars. Like Lexus, they're about to launch a sports car, the LC500, which really uses the electric power to make it a more exciting driving experience as well as a more economical one. You can use the electric motors to get better grip, to get better performance out of corners. You can really use it to your advantage that way. But then there's manufacturers like Mini, they have a Mini Countryman plug-in. And really the focus there is about fuel economy, about trying to get more miles for your money, using the electricity to best effect. So there is a huge suite of technology coming through over the next 10 to 15 years.
Wow. So it's clear there is still quite a bit of choice if you want to buy an electrified car.